2 editions on, how far more settled they are, how far much tighter they keep their games. It'll be very interesting to see how they get on as hosts in 2 years' time. But displays like this are just what they need. They are holding one of the most experienced teams on the continent. And doing so well. Tunisia, by the way, haven't won a game at this stage of the competition. Match day 3 in the group stages since 2017, when beating Zimbabwe by 4-2. And it may well be that they fail again. Just under 20 minutes in, whatever is added on to go. Valerie. He will want his day to go on, I'm sure, his club back home in England on -7 points after deductions and sanctions for going into administration and not paying staff. 28 points from safety in the second tier of English football. This tournament surely a welcome distraction for him. Well, Faye Toto said before the tournament how inspired his team was by their performance in the CHAN, the African Nations Championship, the competition here in Africa for players based in their own domestic leagues, which Uganda, Tanzania and Kenya hosted. As a warm-up for 2027 as the ball goes into Mnoga. Tanzania could have been conceding another penalty. He's down on the floor. Oh, Jaziri just missing it. A bit of discomfort, a bit of time to take the sting out of the game. Just caught by the left thigh of Saifuddin Jaziri. And it was a big gamble when Miguel Gamondi took over less than 2 months ago. And here he is. And it's not like his side are clinging on. It's as if they're looking good to get through to the next phase. Their draw against Uganda last time out stopped a run of 6 straight defeats, not in the Nations Cup, but overall. So he's managed to do some impressive work in a pretty short period of time. Should they manage to hold on, that is. Supporters of Angola will be watching on and hoping anything but. Masalanga back up at his feet. The game back underway as the rain teems down once again. Valerie into Buron. He's approaching 50 caps for his nation. Jaziri not going to get that as it is cut out by Job. Tanzania have the throw. It is very hard to see the Tanzania supporters in this stadium, I must be honest, as I look around. It's just really fans in red by and large. But rest assured that they will be watching in their millions back home. Sindo. Uganda have pulled one back. It's now Uganda 1, Nigeria 3 in Fez, and there's the group table, the all-important group table. Nigeria clear winners. Well, the last time they had a 100% record in the group phase, they met Tunisia in the round of 16 and were promptly eliminated. That was in Cameroon 3.5 years ago. Who else but Youssef Sakni with the goal. Sakni, I notice, gone back to playing, by the way. Gordia quit football, he's decided he's going to come back. Valerie. Sleety. To the byline he goes. Cut out, corner. Goes Tunisia's way. Abdallah with the decisive touch. Looking for yet another assist, and it goes, well, Jaziri couldn't get anything on it. It's still not fully cleared. Talbi. Jaziri, he can put this in the middle. Just hacked high up into the sky where Msuva takes it down and then gets on his bike. There's space on the right-hand side if they can find him. Well, he was looking for Mwalimu. He didn't get it right. It was the right idea, the execution just not right from Simon Msuva. There he is, you can see acres of space for the 19-year-old. Darman smothering the danger. Sassi dropping very deep now. Twist and turn away from Faye Toto. Garbi. Oh, that's going to be a goal kick to Tanzania, just too much on it. Well, they've scored 6 goals at the tournament, Tunisia. One of their better tallies in recent editions. But at present, they'll just have the 4 goals to show, the 4 points to show for it. Another change for Tanzania. Garbi. Will it be offensive? Will it be defensive? Jaziri. They've got a corner again. And Mejbri instantly goes over to take this in front of the Tunisian supporters who roar their approval for the midfielder. Got to have something to cheer in that open area of the stadium. And Tanzania will have to be on their guard here. He's put in quality delivery time and again. In swinger again, met and headed away by Mwanyetto. The first Tunisian to assist in consecutive games at a Nations Cup in at least 15 years, Mejbri. When doing so against both Uganda and Nigeria. Garbi. Here's time to swing this in, Sassi. Sleety will pick this up. He's got Valerie behind him in a bit of space. And that's going to be a goal kick Tanzania's way. Far too heavy. Mwalimu, normally a centre forward doing good defensive work deep inside his own half. Knocking it on to Sleety. So it's a centre-back and a winger who are coming on. Well, it's not a centre-back, it's actually Charles Mbombwa who scored the goal against Nigeria. Faye Toto gets the applause, unsurprisingly so. Tarian Alarakia, who plays his football in the 5th tier of English football, that's non-league. That started both previous games, the Londoner. He's on, and so too Mbombwa. He will slot into central midfield in place of Faye Toto. Alarakia, more of a wide player. Well, Mbombwa brings a bit of box-to-box energy. I wonder what he's made of this performance. It really has been a mixed campaign for Tunisia. So comfortable against Uganda, then played off the park, as said, by Nigeria for 3/4 of the match before they rallied really impressively. And if the game had gone on another 10-15 minutes, you'd have backed them to possibly find an equaliser. And now being held by Tanzania, a side far below them in the rankings. But they know they're going through in second. As we see the lights on the main stadium at this Nations Cup behind, showing the flags of the competing nations at this tournament. Sami Trabelsi also about to make some changes himself, sending on Mohamed Ali Ben Romdan and Mohamed Belhaj Mahmoud. Well, Ben Romdan, the Al Ali midfielder, started the last game. We've yet to see his quality, which he does have. Hannibal Mejbri, the man going off, who has worked tirelessly as ever, but without the same high levels that we saw on the opening day. Garbi also coming off his goal just a couple of minutes before half-time, giving his side the lead. For Haj Mahmoud, based in Switzerland with FC Lugano, the 25-year-old, this is his Nations Cup debut, and only his 3rd cap after making his Tunisia bow in September. He'd been called up nearly a dozen times since 2023 without ever having playing. And now, some reward. His patience. Finally, seeing him on the biggest stage on the continent. By contrast, Ben Romdan at his 3rd Nations Cup. He scored the goal that took Tunisia to the World Cup in the Americas next year. He also scored an absolute beauty in the Club World Cup for Al Ahly against Porto in that dramatic 4-4 draw when those teams met. Well, that looks like a foul, but on we go. Jaziri losing out. Dispossessed. First real touch for Alarakia. Minoga just into job. And forward down the line to Alarakia, who came back into the side in October after a year and a half out. Both these sides are almost there. It is still 3-1 to the Super Eagles in Fez. And we are in the 90th minute. There There will be some nervous glances at the fourth official from Tanzanian fans as they see how long there is to go. Tunisia, of course, don't want to be caught themselves. Forward to Mwalimu. Mwalimu cannot win the header. Bron, unimpressed by the claims of a free kick for the Tanzania substitute. Here he is, Dylan Bron. 4 minutes of additional time, that's all it is going to be. I would say, can Tanzania hold on? They haven't been holding on. They've been very much in this game, and they've been very good value for their point as well. Gamondi just rallying the troops, one final effort. The 59-year-old desperate to push his charges over the line. Ben Romdan. Sassi. Brought into Sleety. Skiri. Valerie. Hamad. Feathers it forward up the line. Throw in to Tunisia. Sassi. Bit of room for him. Talbi. Now with Ali Abdi, who ceded the captain's armband to Sassi once he came on. Well, the whistles are coming from the Tunisian supporters, and I think they would like to see their team actually try and put a bit more foot on the gas and try and find a winning goal. Side to side. Abdi now with it. Bron again. Sassi, he needs options ahead of him, but Jaziri's come very, very close to him when he surely should be in and around the D. That's where Sassi wants him to be. Tunisia inching forward, 3 players in the area. Here he is. Jaziri. Abdallah clears his lines. Haj Mahmoud out to the left-hand side. Sleety having swap flanks. Sassi from distance, deflected strike. Masalanga watched it all the way. Had to be careful of the bounce because it can spin wickedly like that. And then he doesn't take his time, he just hits it very far forward. And that's just gonna invite Tunisia to come forward. Just over a minute to go. It's keep ball really from Tunisia at the moment. And that will suit the Taifa Stars of Tanzania. Well, Tanzanian hearts must be pumping, and they will very much enjoy that as Skiri knocks it into touch. They have possession. They have just over 30 seconds to go. They're going to make a substitution as well in a bid to further run down the clock. Shamari Kapombe coming on. It's his 90th cap. There will be meaning a great deal to him, a man who made his debut in 2011 to be on the pitch when Tanzania reach the knockout phase of the Africa Cup of Nations for the very first time. And yes, this is absolutely to take the sting out of the game, but it's also a very nice moment for the man who's been with the team for so long, 14 years. He will slot in right back. We are past the 94-minute mark. Forward from Gamondi, he wants it as far from goal as possible, and they would do well just to hit this up towards the Tunisian area and do exactly that. Tanzanian eyes on the referee. Well, he signalled for a free kick to Tunisia. I think the players were hoping that he was going to blow his whistle. There they are. And there it goes. And for the first time ever in their history, and at the fourth time of asking, Tanzania have reached the knockout phase of the Africa Cup of Nations. They've done it without winning a game, but that won't matter to them. That man's goal, Faye Toto, minutes into the second half, will be remembered forever in his home nation. Ismail Gabi had given the North Africans the lead from the penalty spot after Hazem Mastouri was fouled, but it's ended in the Moroccan capital with both Tunisia going through and Tanzania too. Tunisia meeting Mali on Saturday. Tanzania will have to wait to find out who they play.